Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Church with a Two-Drink Minimum.
Hey, everybody!
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Let's play our song.
Welcome to Church with a Two-Drink Minimum.
Everybody, we're going to swing. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to the church with a two-drink minimum. Welcome to the church with a two-drink minimum. We are Interfaith, Interspiritual, God optional. So relax and get ready for a celebration. Welcome to the church with a two-drink minimum. Welcome to the church with a two-drink minimum. Hey, human! Three doggies is right. How is everybody today on this? Well, we're having quite a rainy Sunday.
We are.
Yay!
I know, it's so much fun, though. What a great day.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a terrific day of cooking and enjoying. Well, loved the homily this morning.
Yeah, that was good.
It was really, really good. And I have a little note that I wrote down from Kelly because I want to dedicate a song to Kelly. She said, desiring that things be exactly as they are instead of merely accepting things as they are. And then she went on to say, she said this little line, I love the fact that this is happening. Now, see, that is so cool because we have a friend who's been saying all year, I love COVID.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, and that was so powerful, Don. Yeah, it was. And at first, when my friend was saying, you know, I love COVID, I was like, what? You know what I mean? But that was her way. It's exactly what Kelly was talking about. It was her way, our friend's way of working.
Yeah, letting go with even the resistance.
Even the resistance, yeah. So I'm still enjoying playing my little ukulele. So today, our sing-along is dedicated to Reverend Kelly. Here we go.
Hey, Connie.
Hey, Connie. Woo! Let things be.
I let things be
Exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
You can't change me.
You can't change me.
And you can't change
Because you can't change God.
So let things be.
I let things be
Exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
You and me.
You and me
will live in peace.
We live in peace.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know
what anything is for.
what anything is for.
Yeah, like Reverend Don said.
I know.
The cat scratch made me play the ukulele.
I know. Getting good at it too.
I don't know.
I don't know
what anything is for.
what anything is for.
Unless I listen to that still small voice.
I have a still small voice
telling me.
It tells me things.
This simple truth.
It tells me simple truths.
That everything is for my good. So let things be.
I let things be
exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
You can't change me.
You can't change me.
You can't change
Because you can't change God.
Let things be.
I let things be
exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
And you and me.
And you and me
will live in peace.
will live in peace. Favorite verse.
Here it comes. I'm not this body.
I'm not this body
that you see.
that you see.
But I love your body.
I
It's so
do too.
cute.
It's useful.
It is useful and very cute.
I think so.
I am as God.
I am as God
created me.
She created me.
We are all one family.
One family.
And it's possible.
Yes, it's possible
to live in peace.
We live in peace. Sing it
So
with
let things
us.
be.
So let things be
Exactly as they are.
Exactly as they are.
You can't change me.
You can't change me.
And you can't change
'Cause you can't change
God.
God.
So let things be.
Let things be
Exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
And you and me.
So you and me
will live in peace.
We live in peace. Kumbaya.
There was a lot of letting things be
exactly
exactly as they are in that little
Uh-huh.
rendition there. I was scooping all over the place. But this really is fun. Like I said a week ago, I got a real bad cat bite,
Yeah.
and I can't really play the guitar.
Can't grip it hard
I
enough
can't
to
grip.
play the.
So the ukulele is a little easier, but it's also I'm not used to it, so having some fun this afternoon. Hi, Cindy.
Yay.
It's so nice to see you, and it's so nice to hear, listen to everybody on the radio, or we're saying hi to everybody on the radio, because I want to tell y'all a quick little story. I didn't know, how many folks listen on the radio and stuff like that, but apparently a lot do.
I know.
And so I got this delightful letter from one of our folks that listen to the show on the radio, and is not able to do the Zoom thing. So this person was so telling me how much they loved visiting with us, and they went to my website and bought some of my music, and we've been having a conversation back and forth about music and about life and about joy and how how things are going for this particular person in their lives. And I was really moved by that, because there's a lot more to what's going on than what we can just see with our eyes, right? And that just really made me happy to know.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that tonight, about the influence that your mind and your worldview has on things, like your thoughts, what you do with your thoughts, choosing to think. What are you choosing the thoughts to think with God? Kind of the idea. Yeah,
and so when we were discussing this on our Wednesday night.
It was really good.
Miracles.
Of course, a really good class on Wednesday.
Group it was.
You're welcome to join us.
You're always welcome to join us. Send us an email or let us know how to get in touch with you. But anyway, when we were talking about this on Wednesday night, you were calling it how to cultivate a gentle mind. And I thought that was so sweet. I really, really, really liked that. So in the spirit of cultivating a gentle mind, I would like to share today's A Course in Miracles lessons. And I have a very special, gentle minds, gentle people. Yes, thank you, Cindy. Let's go. Okay, cool. So today is lesson 59, and it's a review day. So I'm just going to do what the ideas for today are, but they're really wonderful. And the first one is God goes with me wherever I go. Now, as you know, and as I've shared with you before, we like to play with names for God, right? So I'm the one that decided that we were God optional. You know what I mean? When we started doing church with a 2-drink minimum in the bars and everything, I really realized that the idea of being God optional is an important idea, because people sometimes have an adverse reaction to
a lot of us have been injured by organized religion.
Right. So the word God sometimes is not a welcoming word, right? So when I came across this lesson a couple of years ago, actually it was about 4 years ago now, I was playing with different names for God. And so for this one, God goes with me wherever I go, I chose the word grace. So grace goes with me wherever I go. And I have a very special treat at the end of our program today because I wrote a song, Grace Goes With Me. And it just so happens that our cat's name is Gracie and Jacqueline's cat's name is Grace. So I'm gonna share a special song honoring all life, all our animal friends, and honoring our little Grace and Gracie. So anyway, that's the first idea for today. I want to go back to the lessons so I can read the other ones. Okay, so number 1 is God or Grace goes with me wherever I go. Number 2 is God is my strength.
God is my strength.
God is my power. God is everything I need. That's another song. Okay, God is my strength. Vision is his gift. Oh, number 3, God is my source. God is my source. God is my power. God is everything I need.
God is the light in which I see.
Yeah, and the other one is God is the light in which I see. And the last one for today is God is the mind with which I think, which totally
is going to be the focus of today's lesson. What in the world is God is the mind? What is God is in the mind in which it says God is the mind in which I think. God is the mind in which I think. You know, so it's like, where do you put that? If you're a new course student, this sounds really, really weird. You know?
Yeah, I did when I first the very first time I ever read it. Yeah.
So So that's what that's why I say things like, a gentle mind.
Yeah.
Can you think like God is the mind in which I think as a gentle truth, something that's not the part of you that's not afraid. Right. That is steady and calm and cool and collected in the midst of a storm,
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about what is God's mind.
Wow. And so I really liked this idea because the cultivating a gentle mind has to do with your self-talk.
That's where it starts, right?
How do you talk to yourself, Oh, blah, 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 I'm so blah.
Yeah, what happens when you don't get your way?
When you don't get your, or something happens.
You stub your toe.
Or
the cat throws up.
Which happens often around here.
I know.
I know exactly.
She almost didn't make it to the rug the other day. Almost didn't make it. There's only one rug in our house.
Well, so anyway, I love this conversation about a gentle mind. Yeah. And before we get to that, let's see what's going on in the chat here. Oh, granddaughter Grace, really? Oh, how wonderful. It's a very powerful word, Grace. Yeah, yeah. And Jackie says, yes, she is. So yeah, that's Jacqueline's kitty also. But so as we move into this discussion of a gentle mind, let's do our meditation.
Let's do some mind training.
Yeah, let's do our little meditation here. And I love to ring my bell 3 times, and we take a deep breath on each ring. And the last time we exhale with an om.
Om with us.
And then after that, I'm going to play a very, lovely song for you called "The Hush of Heaven Holds My Heart Today." Yeah. So here we go. The sound of Om, the sound of the cleansing bell, the knowledge of a gentle mind, the understanding that we are one, the understanding that unconditional love is all that is, that is what we are made of, unconditional love. And when we try to squelch that love, things don't go as well for us. So right now we open our hearts, our minds to this gentle, unconditional love that accepts everything that we like and everything that we don't like. And we let this love bubble up inside of us, welling out into our minds, emotions, and into the rooms that we live in, and into the other people that are other living beings that are in our house. We just fill our house with this unconditional love, and we let it pour out into our streets and our neighborhoods that we live in, into our cities, into our nation, and into our world. And we let things be exactly as they are, and we love and accept what is exactly as it is, whether we like it or not. And in this realm, in this circle of unconditional love, we acknowledge that we are seated on land that once belonged to our Native American ancestors. In our part of the world, in Brooklyn, that is the Lenape tribe, and in our home in Vermont, that is the Abenaki tribe. We also acknowledge and recognize that Black Lives Matter and Black trans lives matter. And we acknowledge and we recognize that we are in the age of Aquarius now, and that human consciousness is shifting. It is growing. It is creating space for all living beings. And we know that all life is one, and everything in life is holy, and so it is.
Hush of heaven holds my heart today. The hush of heaven holds my heart today. Oh Lord, how still, how quietly do all things fall into place. This is the day I understand I am free. I am free. There is no need for me to do anything. Peace is here, my heart and mind at rest. Your love is heaven, and your love is mine today. It lights the way as I travel far to my certain goal of oneness with love, oneness with love. There is no doubt what my heart has promised me, the hush of heaven holds my heart today. The hush of heaven holds my heart
That song really takes me back to my childhood.
Yeah.
Did you hear those a 4-part barbershop Protestant harmonies there? You hear those Protestant harmonies?
Thank you, Don. Yeah, like that was totally a throwback, to our upbringing.
Yeah, it's not unusual for people to say, "Oh, I love that song. I've been singing that for years." When of course it just sounds like you already know this song, right? I love it when you just pull things. She's pulled things out of the ether before. Angels is a lot like that too.
It is.
It just sounds like I've already know the song.
Right, and of course, A Course in Miracles for me is a continuing and forever source of inspiration. So I'm really looking forward to what you're having to share with us today.
Well, in this idea, of having this godlike mind and this idea of the hush of heaven and holds my heart.
Right.
Today, it's this idea very clearly of our divinity, about seeing ourselves as eternal beings.
Right.
Seeing ourselves as the oneness, not part of the oneness, not associated with it or like adjacent, or we can see the oneness. We're actually participating and it's part. It is us, because the oneness is us. We're that expression. We have a godlike mind. So in the
God is in our mind.
God is in our mind. So
God is the mind with which we think.
So what is that? How can we work with that concept in order to get past the blocks to its awareness? Well, I like to use images when I do a little talk. Does anybody know what the god Hathor, goddess? Well, all right. Does anybody know? I don't gender God, so I don't do goddess.
But they gendered her as a goddess.
They did. All right. Does anybody know who Hathor is? You remember who Hathor is? She's the Egyptian goddess of love. And now it isn't like the Greeks and the Romans or what they do to love, because the Greek god of love is Aphrodite, right? Or you've got the Romans is Venus, right? So that's erotic, attractive love, sexy love, sexy love. Venus on a half shell. She's like walked out of the ocean, perfectly formed, and and all this. But Hathor, the Egyptians did it differently. They chose a cow to represent. So it's the god of love.
Goddess.
Cows, the goddess. The goddess. They gave her. So she has cow ears, and she's got cow eyes, and she's because she's in the Roman pantheon. You've got these heads of animals on top of bodies, right? right? You got the jackal, and you got a crocodile, and you've got.
Oh, you mean in Egyptian?
In Egyptian.
Yeah. You said Roman.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Egyptian.
Roman.
Yeah.
In Egyptian, you got the. So this god has a cow's head on the top of it.
John, you want to show them the picture?
Oh, it's Hathor. It's just a beautiful. So this idea of love that the Egyptians are getting to is a different kind of love. It's a mother's love. It's a protective, fiercely loving, fiercely loving, and it's unconditional, right? I often call this grandmother's love, right? Because they talk about what is the thing, if you're on death row, your grandmother is probably still going to come to come to say goodbye, because it's your grandma. You can't do anything wrong. You never lose your grandma. You never lose your grandma's love. So this is the idea that the idea of Hathor, this protective feed. She gives you milk. It's life, love, and being. And so, what was the other one?
Oh,
what was the other image? Do you remember what the other image was I used?
I can't remember. Go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, just a baby and a dog.
A gentle. So
a baby and a dog.
There's a whole bunch of these pictures. You get like little babies with animals, right? You see a little baby with petting a dog, or the dog, or there. It's this, and the dog is gentle, and the baby is gentle, but they're different kinds of gentle, right? Because the baby is a person and a dog. What am I trying to get at here?
A dog is a dog.
Well,
an animal.
it's the dog is really making a choice to be gentle,
right.
And the child is making a choice to be gentle, because they're that's the and it's again this gentleness is about being in relationship to your own mind, or being in relationship with the world, So to be gentle, you have to be gentle with something, right? So it requires this is an action. Being gentle is an action. So we're looking at chapter 6 and section 4, and this is called the relinquishment of attack. So chapter 6 is
the lessons of love is what it's called. Chapter
6 is called the lessons of love.
And this is
where we
4.
answer the call of the journey. The answer to the calling of the journey. Chapter 5 is about why we don't do it. The first 5 chapters. So would you read this bit?
Yeah. Okay. So just to clarify, we are on chapter 6, the lessons of love, section 4, the relinquishment of attack, which I really like.
Relinquishment?
I like the title of this section.
See, and the attack is the desire to make anything different. So we've been talking about this already. So we're relinquishment of attack. So instead of taking the act, we still want to take an action. But what action should we take?
Relinquish. Let go.
Yeah, but correct. Read.
Okay, here we go. Every idea begins in the mind of the thinker.
Yay.
What extends from the mind is still in it. How about that? Can't really get rid of, hate thoughts or whatever if you're throwing them out there. You still got them in there. So let me read that again. Every idea begins in the mind of the thinker. Therefore, what extends from the mind is still in it. Because the Holy Spirit still holds knowledge safe in your mind through his partial perception. Your godlike mind.
Holy Spirit is holding knowledge safe in your mind
through his impartial perception. Yeah. Okay. Your godlike mind can never be defiled. That's awesome. But through the ego, you can hear and teach and learn what is not true.
I know.
So every lesson you teach, you are learning. Every thought you think, every word you say is creating your future. That's a quote from Louise Hay. But every lesson you teach, you are learning, and every lesson you learn, you are teaching. I would say, you could do it both ways.
So the first paragraph, the first thing she wants us to understand is this: we're making choices here about the thoughts we're choosing to engage with. Thoughts don't leave their source. They're still in my head. They what I think stays with me.
Right.
Thoughts leave not their source. In this godlike mind, we could be underlining and putting the foundation for our godlike mind, thinking like God, or having godlike thoughts. And the ego is the ego's perspective teaches us what's not true. Yeah. So there's all kinds of good reasons to pay attention to what you're thinking, right? Because you say, oh, well, that's not true, or I don't want that to be true. Well, we're going to get into that here in a minute. So the idea is, can we teach thoughts that we want to be true, even if you don't believe them?
Interesting.
Can you teach, like, I want to live in a loving, kind world.
Right.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
Mostly.
Well, what was the caveat? Oh, you have your triggers. Yeah, well,
certainly.
I think all of us do have our triggers.
So we have choosing the thoughts we teach and choosing the thoughts that we have can actually change the world.
Yeah.
Right? Because it can change our minds, literally change our minds, rewire our minds by not ruminating, catching yourself with negative talk. Teach the thoughts that you want to be true. Don't let the things that you don't want to be true come out of your mouth. It's like recognize what we're thinking and what we're saying. And you can do this especially when you're stressed, right? And you can find out what your mind does when you're stressed. Would you read the next piece?
Yeah. This is why you must teach only one lesson.
It's easy, turns out.
And the lesson is, you are only love. But when you deny this, you make what you are something you must learn to remember. Okay. So teach only love, for that is what you are, which is the whole point of my meditation, circle of love meditation. Teach only love, for that is what you are. Do not forget that what you teach is teaching you, and what you project or extend, you believe.
Okay, so that is the goddess of love idea. That's the, you've got a little cow inside of you, a goddess of love. You have that's inside of each of us.
Right.
Beautiful, caring eyes, big ears to hear with, food and comfort.
Cindy says moo.
There's the God of love within you. There's that goddess
of love.
You be a goddess. We love the goddess.
We do.
But so the next paragraph is about thinking the thoughts of love. If you can choose if you can choose what mind you're going to enforce or learn from or reinforce or exist from, then you can choose the mind that is God's, the mind of love. And either we're acting our love or we're actively forgetting it. Either we are actively participating in what is real and what is true, or we're actively forgetting it.
Right.
How to teach? So how do each of us, and each of us is going to do this differently, teach what you are?
Teach only love, for that is what you are.
I know, but so we don't always teach love. We're always teaching what we are. Yeah. So how do you teach what you are? And what you are really is love, but is that what we're teaching the world? Telling people how to treat you, tell what you're acting like what the world is for. We extend belief. We extend what we believe in. Yeah. We create more of what we believe in.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Whether it's
both sides of those coins, right? You can do pretty destructive things with a lot of people believing in them. Would you read the next piece?
I absolutely will.
This is fun.
Oh, this is lovely. As you see the Holy Spirit's gentleness in others, your own mind perceives itself as totally harmless. Oh, I want to read that again. As you see the gentleness in others, your own mind perceives itself as totally harmless. I've practiced that and know that is
true. It's true.
Like, if I can see the Holy Spirit's gentleness in someone else, my mind perceives itself
Becomes a more gentle place to be.
as harmless. Yeah, and I don't beat myself up as much. Once it can accept this fully, it sees no need to protect itself.
And that's really strange.
Mm-hmm.
You're gentle, so you don't need to protect yourself. I thought gentle meaning you have to protect it.
Well,
I know. So
yeah.
that's the ego.
No, I know it is.
Keep
I just want to say a thing about that because it was really pounded into me that because I was a gentle person when I was growing up, that I would be harmed or any of that kind of stuff, So anyway, continuing. Let's see. Oh, it is perfectly safe. You're perfectly safe forever. The perfectly safe are wholly benign. They bless because they know that they are blessed. Without anxiety, the mind is wholly kind. And because it extends beneficence, it is beneficent. Oh my God, I love this. Teach attack in any form, and you have learned it, and it will hurt you. Duh.
Your mind will hurt you.
Yeah. Teach attack in any form, and you have learned it, and it will hurt you. It will hurt you.
So we've got loving thoughts. Now we've got gentle thoughts. And knowing ourselves as gentle actually keeps us safe. Because if you've always think about it let's flip it on its head. What trouble would you get into if you always had your dukes up? And you every encounter was a competition and a fight. Right? What if you had to wrestle everything that you've got from somebody else? Knowing ourselves as gentle actually keeps us safe.
I can see that.
Gentle thoughts need no protection. The gentle thoughts bless.
Yeah.
We are blessed. Our minds, we can bless our minds. We can have loving minds. We can have gentle minds. I can live in a world that is, I'm constantly blessing the world. I can live in a world in which I am constantly being blessed.
Yeah.
Anxiety is very, very detrimental. It's the attack. It's the slow attack of our right mind. This anxiety lessens our experience of a gentle mind. It just lessens our experience of it. And we're either going to teach attack or we're going to teach gentleness, right? This is just the way it works. We're either going to move into greater peace or we are moving away from peace. So we can unlearn destructive behavior by not acting on it.
Yeah.
This is the action steps. So relinquishing attack. Oh, you don't attack and then say I'm sorry and then repair it, but I hope you do take responsibility if you do attack. But if you could feel the urge or understand it and you go, nope, that's not the mind I want. That's not where I want to live in my head.
Right.
That's not the world I want to live in. So I'm going to act differently, whether the belief is there or not, because you're choosing to think the true thoughts of God. So it is a bit of a discipline. But it's a discipline because we want to choose our God-like mind. We want to have peace and gentleness and love, and
Yeah, and you know what has helped me this week is like last week's TED Talk that Jacqueline shared, and when the guy was mentioning rumination, and that word has stuck with me. So when I see myself going down this rabbit hole of attack or whatever it is that's on my mind, this week I've been practicing identifying that as, I'm ruminating on the possibilities of danger. Anxiety. Yeah. And it has really helped me. That's been helpful.
Read this next piece.
Okay, so next piece. Let's see. Well, this is where she gets weird to me. This sentence is a little bit odd, but
why don't you just read the last? Just read the
paragraph.
Just read
okay.
the paragraph.
Since you cannot teach,
not.
Oh, right. This is how. This is. So see, it's the way Helen writes,
and I love the way Helen writes,
and it tricks me up sometimes
because you have to pay attention.
You have to pay attention. Okay, so it goes like this. since you cannot not teach, I'll say that again, since you cannot not teach, your salvation lies in teaching the exact opposite of everything the ego believes.
Pretty clear.
Right. This is how you will learn the truth that will set you free and will keep you free as others learn of it of you. Learn it of you. The only way to have peace is to teach peace. By teaching peace, you must learn it yourself. Oh my God.
I know. It's
Responsibility.
learning. I know.
It's a
But it's
responsibility.
the responsibility we want, right?
Yeah, it is. But
do you
but
want
that's
to
the
be?
thing.
Do you want to learn who you are, or do you want to learn to perform so that you stay out of people's attack?
Right. Okay. By teaching peace, you must learn it yourself because you cannot teach what you still disassociate.
There's that lovely word again.
Only thus can you win back the knowledge that you threw away. An idea that you share, you must have. It awakens in your mind through the conviction of teaching it. That makes sense to me. Everything you teach, you are learning. Teach only love and learn that love is yours and you are love.
And she calls this idea freedom.
Freedom.
Freedom. She says freedom and salvation. This is your salvation. This is your freedom. Your ability to be gentle with your own mind, your ability to choose what you want to act on, choose the world you want to live in, choose the thoughts that you want to think, choose the foundation that you're going to be acting from. That is freedom.
Yeah.
We can build
charge
of your life. I know. Do you make it
Get
your own?
Follow your heart. This moment is your own. That's another song of mine, but it's this makes sense to me.
It does.
You
So
know?
so it can be vulnerable to teach gentleness. It can feel vulnerable. But the more we do it, the more we realize what a powerful presence that is. Right? Who do we admire in the world? Who do we put up as powerful spiritual teachers? They're all gentle people. Yeah. They're all very gentle people. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
So where do we go wrong with this? With being gentle with our minds? Because we do think that attack is it takes courage, right? Because relinquishing attack thoughts is the name of the chapter, goes, because we find value in attack. We've learned it from our we learned it from the parents, we learned it from our culture, and so being able to see it is the whole deal. And you can say, oh, I don't want to participate in that, so I'm going to use my freedom of choice to choose salvation instead of suffering. And and what are you saved from? Your own ignorance.
Yeah.
And what are you saved for? To being yourself, to sharing yourself with the world. See, and she ends up with teaching thoughts. We had loving thoughts, we have gentle thoughts, we have thoughts in the mind of God, and we have thoughts that are attack thoughts. So these are teaching thoughts. What are the teaching thoughts? Because God's teaching us the same way. God is thinking thoughts for us, and that we could join in the thought of. I am one. I am safe. We are whole. Those are the minds. Those are the thoughts I think with God. Right. So I have a God-like mind.
Yes.
Teaching. These are teaching thoughts. Salvation is teaching the opposite of the ego. Because what's the solution? What's every solution the ego comes up with? It's a thing, right? You have to manipulate, control, acquire, a thing. You have to change the shape of something. It's always a physical solution. The ego always has a physical solution. Teaching will set us free. And it ends disassociation. You do remember what disassociation means?
Well, out of your sort of mind.
Not associate. So there's a quality about us that we won't admit, that we won't actually acknowledge. So you disassociate it. projection.
Right.
We say
Okay.
we say you're doing it, but I don't do it.
Right. Got it. Oh, that's what I do to you all.
And see, this is the regaining lost knowledge. It was
Uh-huh.
lost to us. It's not lost knowledge. It's
Right.
just lost to us. We
Mhm.
couldn't see it or be aware of it because of our own desire to attack and live in the world, live as a physical being, literally. So this awakens our minds, awakens our true mind. This steady gentleness, this steady paying attention to your gentle godlike mind awakens our minds. So this is a learning thing that we're doing. She was learning that love is, what did she say? Mine. Love is mine. It's mine. I own it. I have a responsibility to it. It is who I am. It's what I teach in the world. It's who I want to be. It's the world I want to live in. Love is mine. It's mine. I am love.
I am love.
And I fully inhabit this reality, whether I experience it that way or not. What is real is real. And if I don't experience what's real, it's because I'm choosing not to.
Right.
The reality is always here to experience. The gentleness and the sharing and the vulnerability and the truth and joy and beauty is always here. The kingdom of heaven is before us and we don't see it. Why don't we see it? Because because we've disassociated and we've put our trauma and our hurt out into the world in other things. And we say those things are hurting us.
Right.
That our gentle mind will say, oh, I'm actually participating in my own suffering. I'm actually going back and re-injuring myself over and over and over again when I ruminate. Yeah. I'm actually attacking myself. Because remember, you have to attack yourself first before you attack somebody else. Yeah. So the first thing we're doing is making ourselves feel terrible, and we're acting out of a sense of, I'm terrible.
Right.
So discovering that you have a godlike mind, discovering how gentle and wonderful and caring and that you are and loving changes who you are. It changes what we teach, and it changes, I think, the world that we live in.
Yes.
So there's a goddess of love within each and every one of them, each and every one of us, that we can try to teach the world. Goddess coming through, you know. So we can own it. Right. She says, love is mine. That I have a godlike mind. If I pay attention to it, I can choose to interact with my godlike mind. And your godlike mind, and our godlike mind, the mind that we share together, because thoughts don't leave me. If I'm thinking them, the thoughts that I'm thinking are staying with me.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm taking an action, and either I'm going to participate with what is real, or I'm going to deny it. And the denial of it is attack, is disassociation. It means that I don't want to see the way the world is, because I don't want to know myself. That vulnerability, that ability to look within and see both of those minds, right? You see your frightened mind, and you see your gentle mind. Yeah. You see the mind that's full of vengeance and attack, and you see the loving cow mind, you know, that just wants to hug you and make everything okay, because it already is. Yay. And we don't see it.
It already is.
I know, it already is.
All right.
So just a reminder that you're at Church with a two drink minimum, and I'm your favorite anarchist preacher,
Reverend Glen Ganaway.
It is.
And can I get an A human, everybody?
A human.
A human. And just for Jacqueline, we doggies. Wow. Oh, I love that. I love this discussion of a gentle mind. It's just so beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to play this song for you. And I just created this video today because I got so excited about it. I recorded this song about 4 years ago, and it's actually sort of a riff on the unity prayer. The light of God surrounds me, the love of God enfolds me, the power of God protects me, and the presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And then, of course, like I said before, I was working with different words for God. So today's word for God is grace. And this song is called Grace Goes With Me. And we're honoring all of our lovely beings that are graceful, like our two kitties named Grace. So here we go.
Grace goes with me. Wherever I go, she goes with me. Sacred mystery. Wherever I go, grace goes with me. Wherever I go, sacred mystery. Wherever I go, her light surrounds me, her love enfolds me, her power protects me, and the presence of grace watches over me. For wherever I am, she is, and all is well. Grace goes with me wherever I go. Grace goes with me wherever I go. Grace goes with me. Sacred mystery wherever I go. Grace goes with me wherever I go. Sacred mystery wherever I go. Her light surrounds me, her love enfolds me, her power protects me, and the presence of grace watches over me. For wherever I am, she is, and all is well. Grace goes with me wherever I go. Wherever I go. Wherever I go.
That's our big chunky cat.
My Gracie girl.
Uh-huh.
She's so cute.
I think we have time for
I know. We got about 5 minutes. So this is my first time playing We Are Angels on the ukulele, so we'll see how this goes. Why do you feel so out of place? So out of touch with the human race? You don't seem to understand why your brother won't lend a helping hand. Why do people tear apart who your tender heart? Why does the nighttime seem so dark when the light shines inside your heart? We are angels, we are angels, and we're struggling to be human. You tell me of the things you fear. You push away, then you pull me near. of your fantasy. I love the way that you speak honestly. Why is it so hard to love the one you've been dreaming of? Don't you see yourself in me? Don't you see what we can be? We are angels. We are angels, and we're struggling to be human. We are angels. We are angels, and we're struggling to be human. Time heals all pain. That's the way of the world. Time will bring you around again. Ooh, that's the way of the world. We are angels. We are angels, and we're struggling to be human. We are angels. We are angels, and we're struggling to be human. We are angels. We are angels, and we're struggling to be human. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
We are happy you are here. We really appreciate your practice and all the effort that you take in looking and being with yourself in your mind and choosing the thoughts of love like the little gods and goddesses that we are.
Because we are not alone and friendless.
I know.
I give thanks for you and join your efforts on behalf of God, knowing that they are on my behalf as well. And for all those who walk to God with me, a human.
All righty. Church with a 2-drink minimum. Stay tuned for, like and subscribe. You know, hit the bell or whatever they say you're supposed to say.
No, but thank you so much for joining us today. And of course, we're going to stay for Something Genuine with Reverend Glen, and it just turns out to be such a wonderful, wonderful Sunday.
We enjoy Sundays so much.
We love it so much. So thank you for this time, and we'll see you next Sunday, and we'll stay for Something Genuine. Yay!
Grace goes with me. Wherever I go, she goes with me. Sacred